And a son of the U.S. Vice President has joined the board of directors of Ukraine's largest private gas producer. Hunter Biden now leads the company's legal unit, getting the position a few weeks after his father's trip to Kiev. And as Marina Portnaya explains, this could be more than just a coincidence.
Since the start of the crisis in Ukraine, Washington has provided unwavering moral and financial support to anti-government protesters, particularly those who spearheaded the uprising. Over the past months, Kyiv has received special visits from the CIA director, the Secretary of State, his assistant, senators, and most recently, U.S. Vice President Joe Biden, who recently crossed the Atlantic to assure Ukrainians that America's involvement in their crisis is sincere.
We, the United States, stand with you and all the Ukrainian people. In time, democracy can be delivered to the Ukrainian people. It is not just a foreign policy judgment. It is a personal, it's an emotional commitment as well by millions of Americans. As you attempt to pursue energy security.
Well, as it turns out, Joe Biden's youngest son will be conveniently playing a major role in Ukraine's pursuit of energy independence. Hunter Biden has been appointed head of legal affairs at Burisma Holdings, Ukraine's largest private gas producer. The U.S. Vice President's son will also join the company's board of directors, consulting on matters related to international expansion and policies surrounding the country's economy. Critics say this is typical Washington politics, exploiting a foreign crisis for personal gain.
Now, of course, when the United States gets involved, as most every other country on earth, if they get involved in some foreign adventure, they try to portray it in the most altruistic and platonic fashion possible. However, it's very difficult to disentangle business interests from national interests.
Vice President Biden has repeatedly accused Moscow of meddling in Ukraine's affairs, also insisting that America will help Kyiv reduce its dependency on Russia's energy. Mr. Biden just didn't mention that his own son and the U.S. would be benefiting in the interim. Reporting from New York, Marina Portnaya, RT.
Hunter, however, is not the only American on Burisma's board with close ties to the U.S. government. Devon Archer joined the gas company a day after Joe Biden's visit to Ukraine. Archer was an advisor to the now Secretary of State John Kerry during his presidential campaign in 2004, and the U.S. State Department said it wasn't troubled by the appointments when the issue came up at a briefing.
I'm wondering if the State Department has any concerns or any thoughts about the Vice President's son joining the board of directors of this Ukrainian gas company.
No, he's a private citizen.
Do you consider that the Russian oligarchs who control, or the Ukrainian oligarchs who control these, they're all private citizens as well?
We certainly wouldn't put them in the same category.
No, I'm not suggesting that it should be in the same category, but I'm wondering if there are concerns from this building about the perception about how the Russians and or the Ukrainians would perceive the involvement of a son of the Vice President of the United States, especially given the situation.
No, there are not.